Welcome back to Reminders for Life. It's where I take a message, one of our daily messages that I post on all social media platforms, and I dive a little deeper, giving you a little bit more guidance. So, today, without any delay, let me jump into today's message. Focus on loving yourself a little bit more. Give yourself the time, the love, and the patience you need because your happiness matters. Be mindful of what you tell yourself about yourself because you will go out and prove those words true. Honor yourself, celebrate your successes, and keep doing the best you know how to do. You, my friend, are enough right now. What a beautiful message. It's such in the moment encouragement. I love this message. Sometimes I think, just like you guys resonate with these reminders for life, I do as well. So, for a minute, let's sit, let's breathe, and take this one in. Because so many of us move through life feeling like we have to earn our enoughness. We do it thinking we got to go out there, put in the work to be loved, to be seen, to be appreciated, to be validated. It's like we have to do more, be more, or achieve more before we can finally feel worthy. But that pursuit of constant wanting to feel worthy, those moments, they just keep you moving because, but not necessarily feeling what worth truly is. Because when your worth is tied to what you do, it will always feel just out of reach. And it's like we can't feel like we are enough because we're constantly pursuing it. Enoughness isn't something you arrive at later or someday when you have it all together or when this works out or when I achieve that goal or I get this new position or I graduate or whatever it is. It's not something you arrive at later. It's something you choose right now in this moment. And that choice starts with how you treat yourself. And you know what? A lot of us are guilty of this one. It also starts with making a choice in how you speak to yourself, how patient you are with yourself, and how much grace you allow yourself while you grow. Speaking of grace, I want you guys to check the caption. We have a course called Giving Yourself Grace. It's a beloved course and I used to teach it live. I'm not doing it anymore. But I've created a self-guided version where you can go at your own pace and take in all the messages and the teachings and kind of learn how to embody, how to actually speak kinder, how to release shame, how to do all of that. So if you are interested in that course, check the caption. It's called Giving Yourself Grace course. You know why sometimes we need to learn or reprogram that grace because when we don't speak to ourselves with kindness, our mind is listening, our heart is listening. And sometimes, like I said in the message, we go out and we prove that lack of self love because we look for instances where we think things are out to get us or against us. And whatever you repeat internally, words like, I'm not enough, I'm behind, I should be further, you will live, you will begin to live in alignment with it. But I want to encourage you today to shift your narrative. Everything begins and everything will begin to shift with you. Now, think about a moment you were being really hard on yourself. Maybe you didn't get the promotion you wanted. Maybe you failed or didn't get the grade you wanted in a class. Or maybe you were hard on yourself because another failed relation. Maybe things were moving the way you wanted. Again, maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you felt like you should be further along. And in that moment, you didn't feel like enough. We've all been there. Now, imagine if you responded to that feeling or that moment differently. Instead of putting pressure on yourself to not feel those things, you just choose to be patient with yourself. We all fail, we all make mistakes, we all experience moments where things are challenging and we feel like we've let ourselves down. And I want you, instead of criticism, I want you to choose compassion. Think about it. I like to say, speak to yourself as you would a child, or see yourself as a little child doing, say, an exam, or didn't get something they wanted and they were let down. How would you encourage that child? What if you told, most of us tell a child in a situation like that, it's okay. You're gonna have other opportunities or chances to grow. And that's what I want you to tell yourself in the moments that you feel like you've disappointed yourself. I want you to say, I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm doing the best I can. Because trust me, we are all doing the best we can with what we know. The truth is, you don't grow best. We don't grow best in environments where you're constantly being torn down. So you're not going to grow if you're tearing down yourself from the inside out. You grow in spaces where you feel supported, and you have to support yourself first before anyone else shows up and support you. And the most important space is the one you create within yourself. We are our own safe space. So if you are not creating that inner safe space for yourself to make mistakes and to keep and to just realize that you're learning. You don't know it all. We all don't know it all. And I think just give yourself a little patience, a little compassion, because that's how we grow. We don't grow or learn from words. We grow and we learn through experience. When you begin to treat yourself like someone who is already enough, and that's simple. People think when they hear, are you enough, or being enough, or being worthy, they think it's this grand gesture of confidence. But it's in those small moments when you are patient with yourself, when you're compassionate with yourself, you're getting closer and closer to that space where you are connected to your worth and you realize, you know what? I don't have to have all the answers. I don't have to think that I'm perfect and I'm protected from making mistakes. When you begin to treat yourself like someone who is already enough, you start to rise into that version that believes that they are enough. So, what do you do with this message today? First, I want you to become aware of your inner voice. It's that voice that's constantly speaking when you're quiet. Sometimes it's okay to just listen and accept that those thoughts of defeat, and it's okay instead of fighting them. I want you to notice how you speak to yourself throughout the day. I don't want you to judge it. I just want you to see it. And that's all. That's all I want you to do is notice. Sometimes we learn how to not fight those thoughts or be in, I like to say, battle with ourselves when we learn to shift the statements. it's okay first to accept how you're thinking and what you're thinking. I'm not saying I want you to just stop the thought. I want you to be aware of the thought. And when you catch yourself saying something negative, I want you to pause and replace it with something supportive, like, I'm learning. It's okay. Yes, it's okay. I don't feel my best right now, but eventually I will figure it out. It's okay. I want you to use compassionate words, compassionate thoughts. I don't want you to constantly beat up on yourself to be perfect, because no one's perfect. We all make mistakes. Thirdly, I want you to give yourself what you need. If you need rest, take it. If you need maybe a hug, ask for one. If you need encouragement, speak it. If you need time to just be with yourself, allow yourself that time. You don't have to always rush your growth. I think that's a thing. A lot of us are like, I should feel like I am enough by now. No matter what age you are, we're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving, we're constantly trying to figure it out. So, again, give yourself grace for that. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be patient with yourself and be compassionate with yourself, especially in those moments. And finally, I want you to celebrate something today, something small, something real, something tangible, something you have done. Because even in moments when we feel like we've let ourselves down, we've done so much to get us to that point. Celebrate that, see that, acknowledge that. I want you to start honoring that, because your progress deserves to be seen by you. And that's what celebrating yourself is. It's seeing where you are, seeing how far you have traveled, and all that you have done. So, here's today's declaration. I want you to say it out loud with me. I am enough right now. I release the need to prove my worth. I choose to treat myself with love and patience. I trust my growth and my timing. I speak to myself with kindness and truth. I honor who I am becoming, and who I strive to be. I do not have to earn my enoughness. I already am enough. My friend, I want you to take those words to heart. You are enough and you are doing the best you can. Thank you for checking out this message. Follow, leave us a comment, subscribe, share it with a friend who needs words of encouragement, or just a reminder to be patient and and compassionate with themselves. As always, thank you so much. Many, many blessings to you.